Hey, aloha everybody. Nick Ponte here. Herc Magnus with me on the call. This is your Aloha Friday marketing jam session. It's been a little while since I've done one of these. I've got some exciting stuff to talk about today. We're going to talk all about ranking on page one of Google and attracting high ticket clients without paid traffic. Herc's got a client on the line right now for how much, Herc? 20,000 a month?
Yeah, that's well, no, not a month. $20,000 for the initial project, which would include website design and the initial optimization of their site. But then they want to add like 60,000 SKUs for products that they have. And I said, look, we have to do phase one, phase two. Phase one is 20 grand. Phase two, we'll talk about that when we get there. So this could be probably the biggest client I've ever landed.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, telling them to pump their brakes a little bit while we figure things out. First stage is, it's key. I hate it when people get too far ahead of themselves in a client campaign. But if he looks distracted, it's because he's closing the deal in the background.
It's kind of funny. Well, actually, the one I was telling you about just a bit earlier is a different client that I got, and this one's already done and said and done, and we're just doing the work. This other one that I'm quoting, they already work with another search engine optimization company, and they're kind of leveraging me to audit how good or bad the other one is. And they're just like,
I hate that.
I kind of like it because the other one's so bad that it's easy to show them why and how they're so bad. And I'm saying, look, this is a red flag, this is a red flag, this is a red flag. This is what you should be asking them and talking to them about. And here's, the kind of responses. And they've been getting really squeamish over there. The other company, like, what's going on, this and that. And so it's fun. It's really fun, actually, this one. And I'm pretty confident I'm gonna get this.
I'm sure you will. Well, again, if you guys see him closing, typing in the background, it's because he's probably trying to close that deal. But yeah, welcome everybody. I see a bunch of people are here. I'm going to cue the intro. We're going to get started talking about ranking in Google, bringing in high ticket clients without paid ads.
It's time. The moment you've been waiting for. Get ready for the fastest 60 minutes of marketing strategies and tactics to grow and scale your business from anywhere in the world. After 167 agonizing hours, we've returned for a brand new Aloha Marketing Jam session. And now, here are your hosts.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. I see a lot of people here. Patty's here. Doug Page is here. A lot of familiar faces. E.G. Buzz. I've had the privilege of talking to her a couple of times. Sarah, Anselim, Kent, John, Lynette, Darla, Miss Darla, Dorn, Jim, Jacqueline. Hey, everybody, welcome. So, for those of you that are just tuning in, and we probably have a bunch of people that are new to our Facebook group, let me know in the comments if this is your first Facebook live in this group, our Aloha Friday Marketing Jam session. Let us know. We want to give you a shout out, give you a welcome. You're in good hands here. Go live every Friday. Either Tom Gaddis or myself or other subject matter experts from the community. Lots of first lives. Mark, first live. Daz, first live. Good to see you all here. So usually we just talk about marketing, right? Getting clients, the latest and the greatest of what's happening in our agency. And that's basically what we're going to talk about today. For those of you that don't know Herc, most of you probably do. Herc is an SEO specialist. He's been in the SEO space way longer than I have. I mean, how long have you been doing SEO, Herc?
Like seriously, yeah, this like serious SEO for about a decade, but I've dabbled in SEO way back when the big search engines were Hotbot and Excite and way before Google did.
And I'm actually glad you said that. So this is my starting slide. I didn't really even mean for this to be my starting slide, really, but Herc's been in the SEO space for the last 10 years, like you said, maybe even a little longer. He doesn't consider all the work he was putting in before he got his first paying customer or all the success that he's had. But I don't know how you feel about this, Herc, but the way I feel about search engine optimization as a skill after I have learned it is that it is super powerful. Not only for I know a lot of you have seen Agency Traffic Magic, right? It's a new course that we just put out there. We're going to be talking about that a lot today, where we we show you how to rank your own agency website. And that's how I got started with search engine optimization. I learned how to do SEO, ranking my own agency website. And when I figured that out, when I started to see that traction come in from ranking my own site, that's when it really started to click that I could do this for other people. I could make recurring income. And it changes your thinking when you have this skill set. You're like, wow, I can actually grow this business for this solar company, for this, I know you do a lot of legal, for this attorney, and change those people's lives, right? Like I've seen businesses go from that we have done their SEO, go from being a brand new startup from some dude out here in Hawaii to building a multi-million-dollar business and exiting. What does that what does that change, and how does that affect him and his family as a result of the growth that we have through search engine optimization? So yeah, how do you feel about SEO, Herc? I mean, did the gears click for you once you started to learn how valuable the skill was?
Like I still learn. Like I'll never stop learning. I'll start by saying that. I'll definitely never stop learning. And over the years, I think the thing that's changed the most hasn't even been SEO. It's been my confidence in myself, to be able to perform for myself, for others, to be able to teach it, and feel, responsible for teaching it, like where I'm teaching something that is actually going to make an impact on someone and actually help them. And those are the things that I would say at this point have changed the most for me, because SEO hasn't really changed all that much, to be honest, as some people might find out. But yeah, like it's made a massive impact on my life, on my family. Now I consider myself more into software development for search engine optimization than search engine optimization itself. But to be able to even get into a place where I'm putting together a search engine optimization software, you have to know SEO in order for the software to work. So it's just opened so many doors for me that I never, like, they weren't doors that were closed. They were doors that I didn't even know were there. You know what I mean? Like I never in my wildest dreams thought I would call myself a software developer. And it all stemmed from, for me, from, when I'm mentioning like Excite and Hotbot, I remember way back in the day, I was doing like email list building, and one of my buddies was selling fake Oakley replica sunglasses. He's like, hey man, you can search engine. And that's really where it started for me. And I was like, yeah, I think I could do that. And then we ended up doing it. We were ranking #1 on Excite. And then a guy, we didn't like know, what this was going to mean, but we ended up stealing an image off some other guy's website and using it. And then next thing I know, I'm getting a call like, you can't be using my images, and threatening. And my buddy's got the cops knocking on his door for selling fake replica Oakleys. But even then, that shows you the power of what was coming. This was in, early 2000s, the power of what was coming, because when you can get free search traffic, where are you going to point it? What are you going to choose to point it at? And as an agency, you're pointing it at your clients, or helping your clients point it at their business and stuff like that. And yeah, it's been an amazing journey. I get to work from home. I have 2 children now. I don't have to drive to work. I get to spend that time with them. They love it. I love it. It's just been crazy. Like no real job alarm clocks. Well, I still get up with my kid for school now, but not that commute to work and commute home and bosses and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. It is a very, very lucrative business model. And, I created a slide for a friend the other day in the same deck, fastest path to recurring income, also known as passive income. And I said that in that presentation because, I read a book about 12 years ago that got me hooked on working remotely and building passive income or recurring income. And from the moment I read that book, I was basically obsessed and hooked that I needed to get $500 per month coming in without having to do that work myself, because I was a mechanic, and I was going to the shop every day, wrenching on cars. The only time I would get paid is when I would be there. And that concept of separating my time from money was, not, does anybody feel this way? You almost feel like it's not accessible. Like it's not for you. It's for everybody else. It's for an attorney who can charge a retainer. It's for people that have skills that you do not. That's how I felt, and it wasn't until I figured out more about search engine optimization that I I saw it becoming feasible for me. And that is when I got hooked. Barbara says 4-hour work week. That was the book, actually. Yes. But so I say all that to say that, from the moment I read about that book, I was obsessed, and it got hooked. And, just to give you a couple of highlights of what we're talking about here for anybody that is new to this community, last year, our agency, it's called Nick Ponte Marketing, but actually we rebranded it to Mina Marketing. And I'm actually gonna give you a little story time right now, because I want you all to know how we actually ended up here with Herc, because Herc, as he mentioned, has built one of the best SEO softwares out there, especially with respects to the new influence of AI. I mean, it is cutting edge, on the forefront. There's nothing else like it out there. And, I'm extremely excited that you all get to be here today with him, with us, and looking more deeper and closely into what the power of this tool has to offer. And it's included in AI agency traffic magic. So last year, our agency did around 1.2 million in revenue, right? 2023. That's just from doing search engine optimization, websites, and Google ads. That's only client work. Has nothing to do with offline sharks, remote millionaires. Is this a lucrative way to generate cash flow and make money remotely? 100%. This year in 2024, we've rebranded to Mina Marketing. We'll talk more a little bit about that, because that's actually where Herc has really helped us to optimize this new site coming up. So we're already at about 1.1 million, and we've got 4 months left to go for the year. So we have been scaling really quickly. And anybody that's scaled a business before or been a part of a very big, fast-growing company, that it takes a team to continue to grow it. And I've seen Herc growing his team massively with the scale of his company, which has been, amazing to see and be a part of. I know we talked over the years a lot about building our teams. So anyway, I say all that to say that the original name of our business was Nick Ponte Marketing, right? I just didn't even think it was going to be successful when I started it. So I picked a name, which was my name, and just went with it. Now that we have a big team behind us, I wanted to be more of a brand, less about me and more about we, something that everybody could get behind. So we decided to rebrand to Mina Marketing, which is a bird that's located here in Hawaii, very, very common looking, or very common bird that is real loud with their calls, just like you want your marketing to be. So that was kind of our little hook on that. But our agency, this rebrand presented a challenge for us, because our agency, Nick Ponte Marketing, if you go to Google and type in Hawaii SEO, we're usually in the number 1 spot, might be a number 2, number 3. There's this huge Google rollout happening right now, but you'll see that we're there on the first page, top 3. And people in this Facebook group and on this live have asked me over the years many times, it still comes up till this day, because I ask people, like, what are we coming up for in our rankings? Go ahead and search it. And they're like, does it even pay to have that keyword ranking for that keyword? Is it even worth it? Why do you do it? Do you even get leads from your website? So I'm here to tell you today that 100% ranking for this type of keyword brings in a lot of leads. Not only does it bring in a lot of leads, they turn into paying customers. So if you're looking at this slide on my screen, this is a list of all the deals that we've actually closed. So these are customers. These aren't leads. We've got hundreds of leads, but they turn into paying customers. And in this column here with all the red boxes, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit better for you guys here. Anyway, in this column here with all the red arrows, you'll see that there's a couple boxes here that say upsells. These are upsell clients. We've upsold them to another service. There's some blank ones here, which are clients that we have brought in from our paid advertising and also our outbound cold calling, email marketing. So we do those things and we get clients from that, and it works well. But you know what these red arrows represent? These represent clients that have come organically through our search engine optimization to our website. And you'll see that we have retainers at $1,000, $997 per month, $3,000 per month, lots of $1,000 per month. That's our minimum package that we charge. We have one client paying us $15,000 a month right now, and that's a blend of Google ads and SEO. So it is very profitable for your website to be found in the top of Google, to get leads like this, right? When somebody finds us, they come to the site, they fill out the contact form, they tell us what they're looking for. And it's very different when you have somebody that is in the market for marketing services, meaning they're looking for someone to help them build a website, or they're looking for someone to do search engine optimization or get them more visibility or running ads. And they go to Google and they type in, who is the best SEO in Edmonton? And that person is already aware, right? In the levels of awareness of somebody ready to purchase a product. All you have to do is present them with the right offer in that moment, which is very different from sending a cold email out to somebody where you have to convince them that they need this service. So that's why these leads that come into our website, and I hope I'm planting some seeds for all of you here, that you want a website at the top of Google, because these leads that come in, they're almost closed already, right? Because they pretty much have a budget if they're looking, and they're already problem aware, and they're in the market for your services. And we charge a minimum of $1,000 per month. And so back to the challenge that we were faced with and why we are all here today. And I hope you guys please put some questions in the chat as they come up, because we're going to do a bunch of Q&A with Herc, and that's what I would like the meat of our discussion today be around, some of the Q&A. So anything relating to search engine optimization, and what you can do, to get rankings and things like that, please put that in the chat, and I'll go up and revisit them. But back to the challenge that we were faced with rebranding, because we're at the first page, top of Google. If we rebranded to a new company, I didn't want to lose all those leads that were coming in. And so, yes, I know some of you that are already SEO nerds, and Herc said, why don't you 301 redirect Nick Ponte Marketing to Mina Marketing and transfer all of that ranking? We could do that. I didn't want to do that because I wanted to try to have two different websites at the top of Google. My thinking is, why have only one piece of real estate? Why not have two? Heck, if I could have all 10 of those websites were mine, I would love it. I would like nothing more for that to be, because I would take all the leads. So this was a case study process that I wanted to go through and I wanted to try to do. And Herc and I have an ongoing regular conversation just about SEO, right? We geek out about SEO. He's helped me a lot over the years. Every time I'm stumped with something, I hit him up. And so in that process of going through the rebrand, we were really faced with one of those questions that I get like on podcasts, and I'm sure Herc gets, is like, if you had to do it all over again with no money, how would you do it again? Or if you were starting from scratch, and all of you are probably thinking this, if you were me, what would you do, Nick and Herc? How would you do this all over again? And so that's really where we were with, Mina Marketing. And so normally it's very difficult and time consuming to get a website to where we are. But fortunately with Herc, he had been building an AI software tool that helps SEO a site in record time. And so Herc actually said, it's funny because I just ranked my agency website to #1 really quickly using some of the advancements in my tool. And so that's where we are at today. And so I think, Herc, as a result of this ranking, you have some leads that have just came in. Are those the ones that you were talking about to close?
Yeah. And if you, I do it a little differently than you, but yeah, they're Googling Edmonton SEO or SEO Edmonton or something related to that, seeing my site, clicking on it, filling in the form, I get the email and it opens the conversation.
And so how many, and yeah, of course, look, everybody's got their own spin on doing search engine optimization. Everyone's got their own spin on closing deals, on how they price their services, and everybody gets ideas from each other too. And you make your own version that works for you, so you'll find that in the training from, between Herc and myself. We do some things differently. We do some things in the same way. The point is to find, what works for you. And so what would you say, with this website that you have here, over the last couple of weeks, you've been telling me that you've been getting a pretty consistent stream of leads, right? How many do you usually get, or how many have you gotten?
Honestly, it hasn't been too many on this, but the ones that come in are pretty good. I think I'm up to about 7 or 8 solid leads that are in communications. Look here.
Mhm.
But I'm also, what I like to do is kind of test things, right? And test even when it comes to like people's or potential customers' mind frame. So if anyone's out there Googling Edmonton SEO right now and you're getting on my site, what you're going to see is a heck of a lot different than if you were to Google Hawaii SEO and you land on Nick's site. Most people have the typical agency site, right? And I'm like, I like to be anything but typical. So if like you click on that link and you see my site, you don't see an agency site. You see basically a landing page with a call to action, which I'm like, to be honest, how I even got this ranking was I used to run an agency. Okay. And like I said, to be able to develop an SEO software, I had to know how to do SEO. And way back in the day when I had an agency, I ran this agency and I was never able to get that keyword, which is the premier keyword, right? The short tail, high competition keyword. I was never able to get it even onto page 1. I had other variations of the keyword that I was able to push up there. And my career turned from the agency to developing the software and getting into a software thing, and then another SEO strategy for lead gen. And then I started building the AI software, the Zagio software, and I was like, man, I should just like go run a test. Like I always test like what we're developing and stuff like that. And I ran the test on this website. I was like, oh, I haven't touched my agency site in a while, right? So I went back and I ran the test, and it was like, it took like less than a minute of work to do what I needed to do to it. And then over the next 30 days, I went all the way. I had slowly fallen down all the way to like page 10, like out of the top 100. And within the next 30 days, like within the first week, I had a huge, massive jump because once the changes I initially did got indexed, I had a huge, massive jump to like page 2. And then it just tick, 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 all the way to number 1. And I was just like, wow. And I don't even run the agency anymore, which is kind of funny. And now that I'm getting these leads into my email, and because of my, my process and having the tools to produce these, and my team has grown and all these things have changed, I'm like, why not? Why not just take on these clients? You know what I mean? I can handle them. I can manage them. I'm in a way different situation. But part of that was also, okay, I got this thing ranked number 1. If you guys saw the website, it's not actually the agency website. Have an overlaid page there so that I can test these sort of strategy things. So behind what you see is actually an agency website, but what you see on the landing page is called an overlay because I like running these tests. And it like I said, like one experiment led to another experiment. So right now I'm not getting the leads that I expected because I think maybe people do want to see that old school agency site. But I'm definitely like, the leads that I'm getting are super high quality. Like that big one, I'm trying to, like, I quoted her $21,000. I quoted a dentist with 2 locations, $8,000. I haven't heard back from him yet. And then I landed a deal, and this is all within the last like 4 to 6 weeks. I landed another drywalling company in Edmonton, and I got him just on an optimization budget, for $1,750, and I already got him on page 1. So like, and now they want more, right? So now I can, and this is kind of like you said, Nick, like everybody does things different. You said you don't do anything for less than $1,000 a month. The way I do things is like, let me optimize your website and then we'll take it from there. Right. And that's all on the recurring. So it's not, like, to answer your question, it's not got the amount of leads that I was hoping for. It could be because the experiment's not working out for that type of keyword, but that's okay because I can change it at any time. But it's already produced revenue for me and potential to produce a heck of a lot more, especially with that big one.
Yeah, well, that's one of the things that I love about working with you is I can count on you for always testing and pushing the boundaries and the envelope of what you're working on, and what I know that your skills are very specialized in, which is SEO and building the software around that. And so, I know that in order to do good SEO, you need to constantly be testing because it's a moving target. Google is always coming out with new changes to their algorithm, like they are right now. And so the people that benefit from those updates are the people that are testing. You need to have a guy like Herc out there testing, which is why he is able to build such an amazing software tool that gives him that innovative edge. And so, as Herc mentioned, everybody, we were having this discussion about, how he got to where he was at with ranking his agency website. And, I asked him, can you show me how to do it? We're going to rebrand our company. We're thinking about getting another website on Google. Can you show me how you do it? And also, can we use your tool? And I'm going to talk more about the tool specifically, but the awesome thing in knowing Herc and being his friend, and I would call him a colleague in the field, is that he was like, heck, not only will I tell you how to do it, I'll show you how to do it. And I'll even use your website as an example. And so that's where we ended up with Agency Traffic Magic, everybody. We recorded the entire optimizations of our new website, and we just did it, right? It's fresh off the press. All the videos using Herc's software tool to optimize our new agency website, Mind of Marketing, is included in Agency Traffic Magic. So yes, you are going to get access to Zagio, which is a software tool plugin that Herc created that he used to rank his website. Lots of people use it to rank their website, but you're going to get step-by-step video training that he's never released before directly from him, the founder of the tool, while he optimizes our agency website. And that's a pretty big thing. It's a pretty big ask because we have a very successful company already, arguably, and we want it to be done right, and so we trust him and we trust the work that we're doing here. And that's what you get today, everybody, in Agency Traffic Magic. You get that step-by-step training, and you get it for like a smoking deal. Like, you could never get this information. This is a complete step-by-step case study videos on how to optimize your site. I'm not going to go through all the models or anything, but you get it today during our special launch, which is from today until Monday. So you have just a couple of days to get it, the launch pricing. And like any of our launches, we raise the price at the end of the launch. If you would like to start to learn, and this is the best part of this, everybody, is you learn this skill by optimizing your own website, and it becomes an asset for you to bring in more leads and more customers. Herc said that he just pitched somebody an $8,000. Is it a dentist?
Yeah.
You haven't heard back from him yet. But think about that for a second. If that guy takes that deal, an $8,000 deal, how freaking awesome is that? Like, imagine if you learned how to do this thing and you pitch somebody something like that and they took it, and people do take those deals. I'm just using this one as an example because it's fresh. You're getting paid dividends on the fact that you just learned a freaking valuable skill a while back, and that's what makes this amazing is you build this asset, you learn this skill, and it pays out dividends in years to come. And Herc and I'm going to be completely upfront with all of you. We are probably pretty jaded. We are not as ambitious in closing every single deal or lead that comes across our desk because we're kind of dinosaurs at this point, right? We've been around for a decade in this space. I'm not going to close a $300 a month deal because it's going to be more of a pain in the butt for me than it is, for the rest of my team. But if you are brand new and you are here and you're just getting started and you just came to this Facebook group for the first time, or you just picked up Agency Traffic Magic, then you should totally take any deal you can get because you're getting paid to learn. You're getting paid to learn. You're building your portfolio. You're building your credibility. You know how to talk to people. You know how to, sell people after you start to do this over time. And so that's what makes this opportunity so special, everybody.
Can I interject there for a sec, Nick, too? Because It's funny how you're saying it, like way, when I'm starting out and I was like, I got to open my agency and shit like that. I did exactly what you're just saying. And I did more than that. Like, I need 3 people to, come and let me do their optimization because I'm building my portfolio. Like all the stuff you hear about how to, when you're closing a client, you need a portfolio and stuff like that. Well, how do you get a portfolio? Well, maybe you reach out and do some work for free and this and that. And then your first clients, like your heart's pounding and you're only asking for $300. And like today I'm like no way, man, like get out of here. Get serious. But like in the early days when your heart's beating and you're trying to close that, you know, even that first $1,000 client, you know, like, come on, and you get it, and you're so jacked. Like, everybody starts somewhere. Everybody starts everyone starts at the beginning, that's for sure, right? But you just don't know how far you're going to go until you take that, you point yourself in that direction, you commit to it, and you take those first steps. But like, and if this is the first step for someone, I think it's a great, I really do. I really think this is a great first starting step. It's a low risk, right? A low financial risk. The information is solid. You couldn't ask for two better, you know, teachers. And I hate being like braggadocious, but Nick knows, and Tom, they know their shit. I've been around for a long time. I watched them, you know, ascend in this industry at like lightning speed, you know, and I do know what I'm doing, and I hate bragging and I hate saying that, but I do.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
you do.
I do.
You totally do.
I've done it enough time. Like I said, the confidence is what's changed for me over the years, more than the search engine optimization itself. And I can't stand braggy people in the flashy bullshit. That's why I hate saying it, but I do. I know what I'm talking about. I've done it in front of live audiences. Like, we'll show you how to do this and rank it live. You know what I mean? And I've done it too many times to not say that without any confidence anymore. So I think that people who are getting started are getting started with a really good, because I'm seeing questions come in already that I'm like, I want to talk about that one, right? And like, this is a great way to start. I just think it's crazy not to do it.
Yeah. And it's funny because I think Herc and I, we're both, I mean, I don't know, I'll let you say for yourself, but I'm kind of more introverted, right? Like, we have this, I mean, I didn't want to like diagnose you or anything, but I would say that, like, you know, some people might pick us up as being outgoing because we have we've had this history and career path of like having an outgoing presence, of being on the front end of some of our marketing for our products and services. But over the years, you guys, our skill sets have really been like me, you know, operations, scaling, team building, things like that. And the actual fulfillment side, you know, project management, and Herc, really similar, but a lot of technical stuff with search engine optimization. And those being the true skills that fire us up and drive us. On the other end, you know, I'm be honest, doing live shows and creating ads and YouTube videos, it kind of drains me, you know, although it may seem that we love it and everything and all that, like, the real core of what we are good at is right here, what you see on your screen. It's for Herc, it's building that software. For me, it's teaching people how to do search engine optimization. And we put those two things together in this for a real world case study of how we are ranking our new agency website. And so, that's funny that you say that, Herc. So you guys, there's a special launch pricing right now. Yes, there's a software, Zagio is included in the front end course. If you go to the link on your screen, offlinecharts.com/agency traffic magic, what you are paying for essentially is the step-by-step case study video training plus done for you materials that is in the course, where Herc shows you how he's optimizing our new agency website using his software tool. You also get a version of the software tool included in the training that allows you to do some amazing things. And I think let's start off the questions here, because, you know, you've been building software for a long time, and this software has been through different versions. You know, and that's something I love about this, is you have supported it for a long time and continued to innovate it and grow it, where other people, they don't, right? They create usually something that does some little slick tchotchke kind of thing, and then they make a little money and then they're gone. Whereas this has been your baby for how long now?
Almost 9 years.
9 years, you guys. So, and how has the influence of the new AI technology improved this software?
It was like, there have been maybe 3 like pivotal things that have advanced this software, and more specifically the results that the users are getting. with this software. The first one was creating it, because this used to be a spreadsheet process that I used. The second one was the ability to pull data to make decisions based on. And then the third one was AI, when we finally saw what AI was capable of. And we asked the question, can we basically teach AI how to read the data and then present it into the software so that, users are not thinking as much, or don't have to know as much, or don't need as much technical skills. So those were the three big pivotal moments. And AI has been huge, because everyone should know by now that AI outputs are only as good as AI inputs. And I think for a lot of people, when AI first started coming in, it was kind of almost like gimmicky, where they would be like, write me a poem or say something funny. Like, they're not like, break down the process of fundamental SEO. And that's really, prompt engineering and shit like that. And I'm no different. My first AI, back and forth were stupid, and they were dumb, and it was like, fun. You know what I mean? But then it was like, let's get serious with this. Let's learn about prompt engineering. Let's see the applications of AI and what we're doing. And when we first, I had my developers do what I asked it to do, and then we first started running it in AI, I was just like, oh my God, no, like, this is so good. Like, this is beyond what I was hoping, right? And it's been phenomenal. It's been phenomenal. And the other cool thing about it is, like, there's so much more that can happen, and there's so much more that is happening. And part of the reason that my team is growing is so that we can achieve the things that we see as the future of what's going to happen with this software, because there's no shortage of like areas of improvement that I see that can't make this thing better. So I love AI. I use it every day. And now it's like an integral part of this software, because it just makes life faster, easier, with less questions and less knowledge needed.
Yeah. And I've never
in the SEO space, in doing SEO for like yourself and for your clients.
Yeah, totally agree. And I've never seen anything like the technology that you've built into this tool anywhere else. Like, it's completely innovative. I haven't seen anything like that. I'm not going to,
well, the core of the software was always unique. Nobody approached SEO the way that this software approached SEO. And the reason that, we're here now going on 9 years isn't like a financial reason. You know what I mean? Like, yes, I've benefited financially from this, but it's like, even you, Nick, like, when we were talking, like, dude, like, when are you going to sell this shit? I'm like, I don't really love selling as much as I love building cool shit. And I built this software to help me automate my SEO process. And yes, it got to a point where it's like, okay, we can sell this shit now. You know what I mean? But like, what makes me happy and what drives me is making cool shit. Profit is a byproduct of that. And I love profit. I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm running a business. I want profit, but that's not what's driving me. It's innovation, and building something and having people come back to me and say, like, oh my God, man, like, this thing's so awesome and it's so unique. And now I have a couple new motivations where it's like, I want to take down the big industry leaders, because what I have here is so unique, and it should be more, widespread and wide known. But I'll get there. It'll take some time, but I'll get there.
Oh, I believe you will. I believe that you absolutely will. And that's what makes, everybody here in this live stream today, and that has joined, this product and training, Agency Traffic Magic, so lucky, because I truly believe that this tool will be up there with like any other tool out there very quickly. They just don't know about it. So here you are today, everybody, on something where you have the chance to be ahead of everybody else with innovation. And, people are like, AI is the next gold rush, Well, this is a version of that gold rush. It's being able, what is the AI gold rush? It's people who take the AI technology that has come out, these learned language models, and they apply it to different applications for our daily lives, or, professional services. And they take what was the normal then, to new groundbreaking levels, and that's what you have here. I'm going to get through some of these questions though, Herc, because I see a lot of these, and I want to try to rapid fire some of them so we can get through most of them. Somebody says, how far will the front end course take me?
That's up to you. Like, I mean, if somebody would have asked me, 10 years ago, if I would have asked that question about Google Sniper product that I bought from George Brown, or was that his name? Yeah, George Montagno Brown, the Google Sniper. I paid like $37 for that product. And I would say that was the catalyst to my career.
Yeah.
So it still hasn't ended. So how far will it take you? It depends how far you want to go. Yeah. It might be your catalyst.
And it's a good way of responding to that because, of course, this course and this software and this training, we package it up and give it to you in an opportunity to learn and rank your own agency website. And of course, you can, now that you know how to do that, you can apply that to other websites outside of your agency. So for your clients and so on and so forth. But, some people, they already know how to do some SEO. Some people already have an agency website. Everybody comes in for something different. And what has been, a staple in Tom and my creating these types of course in our education business is we try to create anything we create. We include a little bit of everything. We make it all inclusive, right? We don't try to give you a little fragment of something and then you need more to be successful. If, agency traffic magic, we give you everything you need to be successful in learning how to optimize your site and implementing, and you'll start getting traction. That being said, some of you might come in and just find one little nugget that changes the game for you. You already have been doing SEO, and now that you see how Herc optimizes this agency website using this tool, there's just one little piece there that allows you to break through the glass ceiling. So it's not, Narayan, I don't know if, there are a lot of ways to look at that question. How far can you go, or what nugget will you get, and what will that produce? And I like Herc's answer as well. It could plant the seed that creates your entire career for the next decade, and who knows how far that can go. A lot of good feedback about the course. Somebody asked, is this just for agencies or also other businesses? So Herc, the techniques that you share within the training.
So it's applied to the agency, right? We're applying it to the agency, but the way that we apply the knowledge to the agency works in anything. It's just, like I said, search engine optimization is, the education and the application of getting traffic to a property. The property in this instance is an agency, but it could be a tree services guy, a concrete guy, your e-commerce store, your grandma's sewing business. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Where you point the traffic doesn't matter. It's how do you get that free traffic from Google? That's what's taught here. In this case, it is an agency, but it applies to absolutely any type of business in any location in the world, in any language.
Yeah. And somebody asked, can you rank a Go high level website? So George, this is a WordPress plugin. So it's installed on a WordPress website. There is information in the course about, just fundamentals of SEO. Because as Herc said, SEO in general, fundamentally, it hasn't changed a lot. Herc, what would you consider like the 3 or 4 or 5 like main topics for certain, foundation SEO that has been the same forever? What are they?
Keyword research first. Then once you find the keywords that you want to target, on-page optimization second. And then if needed, building backlinks third. That's it.
And see, even Herc he doesn't have like content in there, Herc has, in his testing, ranked websites that just have that lorem ipsum content to the first page.
That was Kyle Roof, but I've ranked sites without.
With no content.
My agency, the one that's ranking for Edmonton SEO, and it's funny. If you go to Surfer SEO, and I love Surfer, I think they have a great team and everything, but I truly honestly believe they have the whole industry convinced that you need to do something called content optimization. And there's been questions in here, but I thought you needed this and that and that and that, and you don't. But Surfer SEO has such a great marketing team. I believe they've convinced the whole entire SEO industry that you need a content score of 80 or above, or you need some sort of content optimization in order to rank. And that's the most important factor. And it absolutely isn't. If you look at Edmonton SEO and Surfer SEO and analyze it against the other, the top 10, number one, I have the least amount of content. Number two, I have the worst content optimization score. Number three, I have the least amount of backlinks. So why am I beating everybody else? Because maybe content optimization isn't as important as, a marketing company makes it out to be. But I've got good keyword research and good optimization. And then I have a few backlinks, and that's enough to rank number one. So what's the truth there?
And by the way, that's exactly what we cover in the training. All those things that he said, we cover exactly all those things. Ted Bryan says he already has Zagio. Is there additional training being applied? So yeah, Ted, if anybody already has Zagio, the training that's in here where we optimize this agency website was, again, it's specifically for our agency. So it was created for us. We're just sharing with you. So that's essentially what you're getting. You're not, there, and of course there are different levels of Zagio that Herc and his team offer. There's premium and stuff like that. What you're getting in this front end course is a version where you can do everything that we do in the training. Obviously it's going to help you to rank your website. And is there a premium version out there that's going to help you do things faster and give you unlocked premium features that's not going to be $27? Of course there is, but there is a link in the training area where you can get it at a discount.
And shown how to use it.
Yeah. But this, Ted, this is exactly as you mentioned. You're getting the training is really what you're getting here. Kent says Zagio's keyword research is worth the price. How many sites can you add to this with the front end product?
More than you have.
More sites than you have, Jackie.
As many as you want.
Dale says, I have a directory site. It has a Google My Business. Will it help rank that?
So
it will if it's an AGM website. If it's one of our websites, for sure.
It will, and it ranks websites. Like, it doesn't matter what the content is. Like, remember, the 3 fundamentals of SEO and Zagio's core is built on fundamentals of SEO, especially the first 2. Keyword research, which Zagio is amazing at. On-page optimization, which Zagio is amazing at. And then the third one, if needed, is building backlinks. But we focus on number 1 and number 2 so that you either don't need any of number 3 or very little of number 3. And those are the order that things should be done. And as far as I'm concerned, maybe not everyone's going to agree with me, but from my experience, if you do number 1 and number 2 very, very good, very, very well, you won't need to do number 3 as much. Most people start with number 3. Yeah,
no, completely agree. And it doesn't matter how much number 3 you do. If you don't do number 1 and 2 correctly, you're not going to have anything. Yeah. Mac asks, and this kind of ties into the response of another one, does the front end include a single site license for Zagio? No, you can have multiple sites. Herc already mentioned that. Is there an upsell that'll let me apply to client sites, or do I just go to Zagio for that? Yeah, you get multiple, you can get multiple sites in the front end product. Again, there's a link in there to upgrade at a special pricing if you want the premium version of Zagio. But I want to be clear, all the videos and the training that is in the front end course of Agency Traffic Magic do not require that version. And T says, where and how do you get your backlinks? That's been the most difficult for me. Funny you say that. Yeah, but I did shoot videos on that are in the training, and they're in there.
Before you go and buy your backlinks, just make sure that your keyword research and on-page are on point, so that you don't think that backlinks are the answer to lifting your traffic. I didn't build a single backlink to put my agency back to number 1. And again, I have the least amount of backlinks on the first page. Get your keyword research and your on-page optimization on point first, then go worry about backlinks. And one last note, make sure that your keywords, like after you do the optimization and the keyword research work, that your rankings, you're going to see the fluctuations. Make sure they stabilize so that you know the result of your work before you go and start building backlinks. Because if you start building backlinks, you have no idea what's causing the plus or the minus in your rankings when you're doing things on top. So be patient. Measure.
And that's exactly why we moved the off-page signal section to the bottom of the training, because when you get in the course, we want you to start at the top and work your way down. That's the way that the course is designed. We want to start with specific pieces. Don't skip ahead and start buying backlinks. You're going to shoot yourself in the foot.
Yeah, that's bad.
Let's see. Actually, so somebody is asking about the funnel. I guess I do have a slide on that I can share with you. So here's the thing. I'm going to do one other plug for the launch, and you guys can. We'll get back into the question. So again, the launch, special launch price. Go to offlinesharks.com/agency traffic magic. The launch is for this weekend. It goes up in price every day of the launch, just like our other launches. And somebody was just asking about the funnel. JC Fernandez, what's up, JC? There is a funnel. There's a few products in there, and I'll share that with you in a second. Anybody know what a VIP Fast Pass is, though? I think all of you do, because we do offer this as part of the funnel. So the VIP Fast Pass is kind of like, at Disney World, where if you want to cut all the lines, not have to wait in the lines, you get the Fast Pass and you shortcut all the lines. Well, that's what this is for the entire funnel. And so a lot of you in our community, you usually buy the entire funnel of whatever product we put out, because you know that we put out solid information from within our businesses. And so because a lot of you buy the entire funnel, we want to give those people an extra discount. And so if you go to the link on your screen, offlinesharks.com/agency traffic magic, you're going to see this landing page here with Tom's video there. If you purchase that front end product right now, less than $30, you will then get a one-time offer to buy the entire funnel, which is worth thousands of dollars, for somewhere around $250, the entire funnel. And so what is in the funnel? By the way, it's a one-time offer. So if you do buy it, you'll want to take us up on it. So what's in the funnel? This is the funnel. You get the front end, Agency Traffic Magic, which is step-by-step video training, software, done for you materials on how we rank our agency website, our new agency website. OTO number 1 is it's called Automatic Close Power Pack. And so I showed a screenshot of some of these leads that we get on our website. And so these leads that we get, they fill out a form on our site that asks them some questions. These questions are designed to pre-qualify them and allow us to find out who has the budget to work with us. Because as a new person trying to make money online and maybe trying to close a deal, some of you, I'm sure, have experienced trying to sell somebody something and not knowing if they have the money to work with you. Well, we get people to tell us how much money they have. And so like you see on this screen here, this question says, what is your budget for this project? And they put between $6,000 and $10,000. So we have pre-qualified this person. They've found us in Google. Remember, they're already in the market for our services. So they're problem aware. They're looking for a solution. They came across us. It says, I'm looking for an expert marketing team to take my business to the next level. And they're saying they have $6,000 to $10,000 in a budget. And so that process is what we call our Automatic Close Power Pack. We give you that process, how to pre-qualify, automatically close your clients in the agency with a bunch of marketing material as well. So that's upgrade number 1. Upgrade number 2 is called Simplified Services. So when you get those deals, what do you sell them? Well, we give you our productized service, our SEO service that we sell to people in our agency. This is, we made millions of dollars selling this service. We give you all of our SOPs, step-by-step, training and project management, and how to make sure that you can actually get that done and outsource all of it for those clients and leads that come in. And then upgrade number 3, obviously, when you start closing these deals and get people on monthly retainer, your next focus that you're going to want to pay close attention to is how do you keep those clients as long as possible. So OTO number 3 is how to keep your clients for life. It's called our client happiness formula. So we show you how to onboard your clients, how to send them the reporting, keep track of their results, keep their happiness levels high, how to identify who's happy, who's in the yellow, green, red zone. That's something you'll learn about. And, we have a 98% retention rate in our agency right now. That means we keep almost all of our clients every single month. We rarely lose them. And when we do, it's only like one, we'll lose one from one month to the next. And how do we do that? Well, it's inside OTO number 3. So again, you're going to get all of that. If you want, the Fast Pass gets you all these things, or if you want to just go through the funnel, you can be picky and choosy and choose whatever ones you want. But it all starts with going to the link, picking up the front end product, and then you'll get that one-time offer to buy the entire funnel. Richard says, can you recommend a software that I can use to build a WordPress website? It's kind of a trick question. I want to say WordPress,
Is a builder.
Elementor, a Divi, Avada. Avi says that he can't wait to go through this weekend. Lynette can't wait to get this. Awesome. Looking forward to hearing and seeing your success. JC, I shared the funnel. Somebody asked for the backlinks. I shared the 2 vendors that we trust that we put in there. Jackie says, does the keyword research work in the UK? I don't know how relevant US keywords are in the UK.
I'll give you a quick overview of the keyword research and why it works so well.
Are you okay?
Can I do this?
I thought you were about to break into like a software demo or something like that. Oh, okay. Full disclosure, everybody, I got to leave at top of the hour. We can run probably 5 minutes over, but yeah, let's grind into it.
All the keywords that you need and the low hanging fruit stuff, your competitors are already ranking for them, but they might not be as optimized as well as you. So here's how I always beat my competitors. And this is what the software does. It analyzes all your competitors. It brings in all their ranking keywords. It filters them to the best stuff. And then the AI helps you optimize better than your competitors for them. And that's what I did here. And I had another image with the arrows, like, what the hell happened here? And that's exactly what I did. I analyzed the competitors. I re-optimized based on the low-hanging fruit keywords. And then once it was submitted in Google, it popped to number 1. Full disclosure, again, I love being full disclosure. The one thing that I had going for me with that website versus, because like on SurferHouse, you got the worst amount or you got the lowest amount of content, you got the worst optimized content, and you have the least amount of backlinks. The one thing I had going for me was age of the website. Okay, and I won't lie about that. Age is a ranking factor. I've proved that live many, many times. But how do you beat that? You can buy an old site for like $50. So there's ways around shit like that. But yeah, the keyword research works by analyzing your top ranking competitors. So whether they're in the US, Canada, the UK, you just choose that location and it brings back that data for you.
Nice. Good stuff. Thanks for that, Herc. Hey, everybody, last call for questions. If you have any questions, put them in here. If you haven't picked up the tool, the course, the training, Agency Traffic Magic, I know. Norm's crushing it.
$1 million a year. I was like, $1 million.
Like, what the fuck? If you haven't picked it up yet, what are you waiting for, you guys? There's a no risk guarantee. Right now, it's less than $30. It's packed with value. When the launch is over, it's going up. The price is going up. You should totally get this. There's almost 100 people on this call right now. I want to see at least 100 new users. For those of you that are already in, if you've picked this up, let us know right now. Put us in the comments that you've already picked it up. Let us know that you're in. We love to see who's in. Paul Mitchell, Shampoo. Paul, what's up? You're in. We'll be signing up soon. We got celebrities in this Facebook group.
Yeah,
okay,
can I say this? I honestly and I truly believe this because I hate the salesy, sleazy shit. And I know this is a launch, and sometimes it can feel like that. And you're like, these guys just want to make a buck. Trust me, $27 ain't gonna make Nick rich, okay? But the value, I'm telling you, Nick's grown his agency massively. I watched it happen, guys. I watched Nick and I watched Offline Sharks. They know their shit. I know my shit. $27. I mean, how many of us waste $27 multiple times a week, a month, right? This is seriously crazy good information you're going to get for $27. Like Nick said, that $27, you don't know if it's going to be a catalyst or if it's going to be a single nugget. You don't know what it's going to be, but this is retarded. Coming from Nick, who has one of the best, fastest growing agencies and online marketing companies. And then from myself, who has I really believe an amazing software that's going to help you. That is seriously a no-brainer. This is not marketing bullshit. It's an opportunity. Take advantage of it and do something with it. That's the most important part is do something with it. Because if you buy it, it sits on your shelf, I get that, then nothing's going to happen. But if you put it into action, yeah, 27 will not even buy that many diapers you can't buy a box of diapers for 27.
No. I got to take my dog to the vet today. It's going to be like $3,000. Lots of people are in, which is great. I love to see that. Somebody says, so there, lots of content, local SEO, how much do I actually need to win? Kent says, how much, lots of content, Google business, fine tuning all the time for local SEO. So I actually have a training where I go into local SEO, but what Herc mentioned, starting with keyword research, that's where the local SEO side of things starts, right? You're going to build your site, the foundation around, if you're trying to get local traffic, you're going to build that into the hierarchy of your website, right? Your pages, it's all going to be around those local keywords. And that is why, I believe that that's Herc's philosophy, is like, if you build your page, your keyword research correctly, you're going to have local in there. And then you build the architecture correctly, you don't really need a lot of content because everything else is around,
the other thing I'll say too is, in the keyword research phase, you're going to identify what is the most opportunistic keyword to go for, but you're going to still target on every page of your website. You're still going to target anywhere from maybe 3 to 10 different variations of that keyword. And you're going to eventually rank for all of them, because when you're blending, and this is called keyword cloud optimization, you'll learn specifically how to do it in that course. But because you're using all the different unique words, we call it a word cloud, within your optimization, Google gets a real strong understanding of what it is that you're talking about, because you have so many semantic points throughout your optimization. Google's like, shit, just rank them all. You know what I mean? Like, you'll still rank well for your initial one that you're focused aggressively on. But keyword cloud optimization was like a game changer. And it's a different thing than like Yoast or Rank Math and all those other plugins. It's a crazy good way to do things.
It really is. And you can't get it anywhere else. It's a straight up innovation that Herc invented and built into
the tool makes it easier.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but yeah, you built it into the tool. So I know you don't like to talk about, the cool shit that you've done, so I'll talk about it for you. But anyway, yeah, I mean, so here, I'm gonna take us to a close because I don't see any new questions coming in. Or actually, somebody said, how long will it take to go through the course? Look, you can go through the course. If you take no action, just watch all the videos one after another, it'll probably take you a couple hours. And I recommend doing that. Just go through the whole thing, watch them all, don't do anything. The second time around, go through them and take action. And that, that'll take you a little bit more time, but you could totally do it over the weekend. And then you have this asset that is, something that you've learned how to build. You've got a skill, you've got value, and hopefully you start closing some deals. But a lot of people are brand new to SEO and they don't know where to get started and how to get started. And the good news for all of you that are here that are feeling that way is that it's never been easier to get started with search engine optimization, especially if you have a tool like this. Because like back in the day when Herc and I were getting started, you had to really do a lot of research on your own. You had 50 different browser tabs open. You had to look at other people's websites. But now you have tools like the one that Herc has built, where those tools they under the hood will do competitor analysis. They will do research analysis. If you want to build a page around a specific keyword, that tool is going to go out there and find who is already in the number one spot for that term. It's going to analyze it, and it's going to give you suggestions. So you don't have to think or write or come up with these different ideas yourself. It's based off of what's already working. And there's never been anything like that before. So for those of you that are new, think about not having to actually really learn how to do this and allowing the tool do most of the heavy lifting for you. It's a complete game changer. And, we're making this available for everybody right now. There's no reason why you shouldn't go to offlinesharks.com/agency traffic magic. Pick this course up while it's on the special launch pricing. You have seen us talk about the leads and the growth of our business for years. I've already shown you. This is a very powerful screenshot because it's very real and it's very accurate. How many inbound leads we get, and we got last year from the search engine optimization of our website. It's, we have a 7-figure agency at this point. It's about to be $2 million in revenue. I would say at least a third of the leads we get come to us from finding us in Google. So how would that change you and your business, especially if you're one of those people that hate cold calling? I grew my business without cold calling in the beginning because I learned how to do SEO. If you're somebody that hates cold calling and prospecting and doing all that shit, there is no other opportunity for you to grow your business other than this or paid traffic. And paid traffic it costs a little more money. It's very lucrative as well. It works, but you can get started with this right now for only $27. The price might be going up depending on what day you're watching the replay. If you're hearing this live, we're going to shut it down right now. So head over to that page, offlinesharks.com/agency traffic magic. Herc and I are going to be in the Facebook group over the weekend too. If you guys have any questions, hit us up. We'll try to get to them. Herc, it's been awesome having you, man. Really appreciate you.
Yeah, I'm super excited for all the new people coming in, especially the really motivated ones. Because I'll tell you one thing, I love working with people who like go out there, bust their ass, and then come to me like, dude, I've been busting my ass, I can't get this right. You can hit me up. I'll work with you. Like, I'll help you. You know what I mean? I'll be, like I said, I'm in the group and shit like that. Bust your ass. I mean, that, you know what, Nick, that's the one thing that might set me and you apart from a lot of the others and shit. You bust your ass, but it's not hard for you. And I bust my ass and it's not hard for me. And because we love what we do.
Exactly.
We love what we do, but we bust our ass.
We do. But, you know, fortunately for us, what we love doing is very profitable and very lucrative. And it can grow exponentially like every single day. Well, here it is. I mean, everybody else can fall in love with the same process that we do. And, you know, it's here for you today on a silver platter, everybody. So with that, we do hope you join. We're going to take off now. Aloha, everybody. Enjoy the weekend, and we'll see you all in the next one.
You've been watching the Aloha Marketing Jam session. We've helped thousands just like you start and scale their businesses. If you'd like our help to grow your business, go to the link on your screen now and let us know how we can help you. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this stream. We'll be back here next Friday for another live show. Until then, aloha.